May the road rise to meet you, and the wind be always at your back. Welcome back to Nioh 2. The game that doesn't actually have William in it at all. Its hiccups, by the way, do not seem to have gone away. Perhaps my ancestors are cursing me. I am of Irish stock. There are rumors. Don't tell anyone about this, folks. I know that it's a nice, very, what's the word I'm looking for here? It's a very kind of close society we have here in this Nioh 2 Let's Play. Not a lot of folks watching this one, so it's a very kind of intimate Let's Play environment where me and just a small number of fans are observing, including somebody who on a recent video posted, "Hi, boys," and then a bunch of hearts and stuff. That's probably been struck down so you can't see it. Actually, now that I mention it, I don't even know if it was this series. I think it was Samurai Warrior, so never mind. But yeah, it was pretty clearly somebody who was like trying to get you to click their channel because it would link you to a porn site or something. But I did appreciate... Oh, no, it was Mega Man. It was Mega Man 5. Yeah, I was just saying this jokes for the Mega Man 5 next time I record that. But it was the video against Starman, and somebody with a, like, you know, kind of scantily clad female as their icon posted, "Hey, boys," heart, whatever. I'm like, wait, who are the boys? My people who are watching this video? Do you think that I'm more than one person, that I am boys? Perhaps you're here trying to get Starman and Mega Man to come to your porn channel? I don't think you should be calling them boys. The fact that they are Starman and Mega Man, it's right there in the name. They're not Starboy and Mega Boy. Anyway, I'm being silly. But yeah, what was I going to say? Well, I'm of Irish stock, but it's a very small group we have here, so I trust you all to keep this information under your hats, even if there's not tam o'shanterns. There's a rumor. And I wouldn't put it any stronger than that. If you go back 3 or 4, maybe even 5 generations, on my father's side, there may have been a Protestant. But don't tell anyone, please. Anyway. So we did Imagawa Die Hard, which... short level, but it gave me a little more trouble than I was expecting. Just because kind of a new, semi-unique human enemy showed up. We may or may not have gotten good gear out of this. It looks like Hiratatsu's Dying Wish is going to give us a chance to get some of the stuff from the Pit Viper set, and I'm kind of curious to see how we look when we're fully decked out in that. So let's do Hiratatsu's Dying Wish. Could I ask you to retrieve the spear belonging to Master Dosan? My hiccups are not going to make the voice acting any easier. Master Dosan, my departed father-in-law. Yoshitatsu's soldiers are currently occupying the estate, but I refuse to just sit by and let them defile such a meaningful... Fuck it. I tried. Perhaps I shouldn't be Let's Playing when I have the hiccups. Who knows? Upon handing over leadership of the family, Saito Dosan relocated to another castle. Our Viper of Mino is in another castle, in a remote location deep in the mountains of Mino Province. A craggy slope towered behind the castle, one which no one had ever ventured up. It is almost as if the castle had been built intentionally to block the path leading there in order to hide something. Before long, people came to refer to the area as the Viper's Sanctum. Okay, so it's this level again. But it looks like we are starting about... I don't know if we're heading backwards or forwards in the level as it is normally laid out, but we are about halfway through the level here. Yeah, it looks like we're starting... We're skipping that whole introductory section with all the human enemies and going straight to where it was all yokais before. Except now it is not. So I should be using the Switchblade for some extra human kills here. Little War Machine, folks. Just like Taz. BCW's Taz was fighting in the Sengoku period. He would definitely be suplexing these motherfuckers. No, you see, I hate that kind of nonsense. Let me get over here and hope that you can't shoot me from this close. Not only is that not the case, you even alerted the guy I was sneaking up on. Thank you so bloody much. I can get that health back. I got a little, like, kill an enemy, you get some temporary health regen. Great, now I got 2 enemies and an archer. Well, I guess that would be 3 enemies, wouldn't it? One of those. See, I was trying to switch up and do the other fancy pants move. Oh, I've forgotten what the other fancy pants move actually does. That's the one where I get more Amrita. This is the key damage one. Yeah, I should probably just switch these up. Just not have anything that gives me extra Amrita while I'm playing on screen. Unruly Revolution can get the Amrita one because I won't be using it that much. So now this one does key damage, and this one, if I kill enemies with it, and I have to kill them, it's not just hitting them with it and damaging them, it has to be the fatal blow, I get like a little bit of health boost back, which is good. Or I can just kill enemies from behind and probably one-hit them. This wouldn't be a terrible place for me to off-screen, actually, to get these 250 freaking human kills I need to get all of the points associated with using this Whoppet. See a little health boost from that there. Should be up to full health soon without having used any elixirs. And if I keep killing enemies down here without alerting that archer, I will eventually be able to get to where I need to be to go kill that archer. Which I could probably line up a way to kill him with kunai right now, but oh. Okay, geography here is a little bit different. They do little things to change the level layout without having to really redesign a bunch of stuff, like just put a bunch of unpassable crap on one of the paths that you would normally use. You know what? I can't figure out how to get to you easily, so I'm going to kill you this way. Oh, you even dropped here, but you left all of your goodies up there, you jerk. Well, I'm glad you noticed me when you did, and not while I was engaging in combat with that other guy, because I definitely didn't notice you. Didn't need the health there, but it was there for me if I wanted it. A Kadama ball. He seemed to say. You're really doing a great job hunting for those yokai, buddy. Ow. I don't know how you got that hit in there while I was in the middle of hitting you, but now you got flaming axes. This could get tricky. So yeah, if this is working the way I think it is, I got some health back there, but it doesn't really... It's only 5%. It's not that much. There's another skill you can get where you get back 20% health, but you have to be critical. So it's kind of like not a useful way to keep your health up. It's just kind of an emergency thing you can do. Ouch. You know, when I keep getting elixir drops, I might as well use them periodically. And the little serpent statues are already destroyed, so they have not been a concern in this level. I think maybe one of the puzzles is this might be the path you need to take to finish, is figuring out how to get to the up path. All these archers have been hanging out, making life difficult. I really, you know, it's just something random I read. There's a lot of kind of dodgy information about COVID out there. I really do not need to be catching COVID right now. Thank you very much. I mean, nobody particularly needs to be catching COVID, but can I get out of chemo before the COVID shows up, please? Is that a reasonable request that I can make of the karmic universe? Fuck. You know that asshole's gonna go for his, like, glowy red attack here in a second. Oh, that's perfect. I could use the time. Get rid of his buddy before I have to come after him. Oh, fuck. I thought I was gonna get the drop down on you. Am I crazy? It doesn't seem to be doing very much. Mid stance, shock stopper, restores 5% of maximum health. Yeah, it's 5%. I guess that's why it doesn't feel like that much. It's just a little top off. Using it periodically should keep you, you know, from dying. But if you take a bunch of hits, it's not going to even out. You need to be winning with very few hits taken before the 5% health increase is going to really save you. Nothing there was particularly worthwhile, but I got another skill point for the split staff. Got some herbal remedy, dude. And it looks like there is no way to progress up there, so I need to come all the way back around. Let me go ahead and spend the skill point, too. No point in holding on to it. So as you can see, I've been building my way towards the maximum key increase, but I've got stuff that won't unlock just yet. Reduces key damage received by 6%. That's not bad. But I've been building my way towards getting increased melee damage against enemies that have 0 key, because this is a weapon with which I really concentrate on trying to drain key rather than just inflict damage. So once I've got an enemy out of key, a damage boost, particularly if I'm about to go for something big like a final blow, would be a good thing. And I'm pretty sure I've got another thing there which will increase. Usually there's something that increases final blow damage. Maybe I've already got it, or maybe this one doesn't have one. Grapple damage by 3%. Yeah. I'm not seeing the final blow. That's usually one of the paths that you can unlock. So I guess I need to be trying to use grapple. If I get boosted damage from enemies that are out of key, which is what you need before you can do grapples anyway, and then you do a grapple, good on you. Alright, back to the action. Oh, I walked right up to you without really noticing what you were about, didn't I? I thought you were out of key. I was actually stopping to do a you are out of key type attack. Their key meters don't work the same way as the human characters' key meters do, and it's sometimes hard to remember that on the fly. Hori Hitasagi. I got 500 something Hotachoko cups. I should be using them periodically, but I've got this notion. It just feels like cheating whenever I do that somehow. Okay, I didn't see that one coming. And he did his little key roar, rendering what I had done to him up to this point kind of worthless. Not like I haven't done damage along the way, but... I got my health back. Oh, and I got even more health back. He'll crush anyone who stands in his way. I'm getting more and more of these translations as I increase my mystic powers and shit. Like, one of the dark... like skullhead Kadama guys that used to come out as gibberish are now saying things like, I got plenty more treasures I can trade with you, which is totes adorbs. Well, I guess if they're going to give me a save point, there's no reason not to take it. Because, if the path ahead is where I think it is, we shouldn't be having to refight any of these guys that I've already cleared. We are nowhere near being able to level up bitches, so I don't have to worry about that for a while. Well, it's not that shocking. He didn't seem like a very good guy from what little we saw of him, although I guess maybe that's because he's been lost to the hiccup stones or spirit stones, whatever they're called. Oh, never mind, we've been fighting our way back towards the human castle section this whole time. I guess we started from the boss room. Okay. Maybe I'm nuts. Maybe I don't remember this level very well. Oh no, not you guys. I actually am better at fighting them with a Kusarigama, so this might not be that great. Like, I just got myself paralyzed. That was kind of a dumbass thing to do. I got paralyzed as I defeated him. Perfect. But I got Courtier's Greaves, so it makes it all worthwhile. High-handed Yazaburo. No thanks, high-handed Yazaburo. I will leave you to your own devices. So this means there's probably one of those weird Ballet Leica player guys. Well, I've probably... Oh, it's the ninja types. Alright. Let's see if I can back far enough out of here that he disappears. Or that I can ready some stuff. Yeah, he disappeared. He's probably the guy who's actually causing the yokai zone. Get in the zone, yokai zone. Okay. So now with some buffs applied, I can, like, try to race back to where he spawns before I lose all these buffs. And, hopefully be a little better prepared. Yeah, you are not who I'm worried about right now. No offense. You tend to make use of me? How curious. Very well. There we go. Might have made too much of him. Master Dosan. So you think you're helping Master Dosan? Interesting. Even though Yoshitsugu is generally considered responsible for the death of Master Dosan. Oh, I think I just won the level, actually. Looks like this was what he was guarding. So I don't know which one was which there, but father and son, there was something going on where one of them is trying to kill the other to prevent the... I guess Yoshitsugu is trying to kill Dosan because he thinks Dosan is possessed with evil because he's working with spirit stones. Or it might have been the other way around. Yoshitsugu, from what little we've seen of him, looks pretty demonic in this game. It's hard to tell if he's wearing a cool demon-looking mask or if he's wearing a mask that is meant to cover the fact that he's actually turning demonic. He's the one with the demonic. That is, of course, is a quote from Maxwell Cougar. He's a tennis coach. Never mind, I'm mixing up two characters. You actually did it. Well then, hand it over. Fuck. That's what the Viper would have wanted, after all. Soul cores for purified. Doesn't look like it makes a difference if the ninja that you fight are, yeah, there's different Oni B soul cores, but you don't get different yokai soul cores for regular yokai or the ones that are using ninja moves. So I wonder if I now have enough Dosan Saito gear to do the full Dosan Saito cosplay. Oh, I don't know if there is a Dosan Saito hat. So we got Pit Fighter's robes. Let's switch to sort by type so that I can get all my Pit Fighter robes together. And this one we just got is not as good as the one I already had. So we will not bother to save it. Fall damage taken. Yeah, it is not as good. Coin Threader and Transient Blade, robes, Hakama, and shoes. Oh, these may be the only Shinto... Oh, never mind. These are not new. I got confused. Usually I have it sorted by how new it is, and since I resorted, I thought I'd gotten new shoes. I gotta go double check this. Does the Dosan Saito outfit not include shoes? Pit Viper's shoes. That's what I'm... Oh, these are arm guards. Duh. It looks like Pit Fighter Hakama... Viper, rather, Hakama were what I had been missing. And I got new Pit Viper shoes, which are not not quite as good. They're wasting a slot with defense up, but they still have the same defense as these shoes. So this is giving me dash key consumption reduction only when critical. This is giving me better equipment drops and paralysis resistance. This would be the better pair of pit viper shoes. Okay, so let me... I'm going to save this temporarily as my... I'm going to overwrite my old grinding gear and use this as my new grinding gear. And I'll probably change it back eventually. And I'm doing that because I want to switch to Dosan Saito gear. Just to see what we look like when we're cosplaying as Dosan Saito. Switch back to my female build that I occasionally use off screen. Just for variety's sake. It's not a game where you can make like super sexy hot chicks or anything like that, really. At least I'm not less lazy about it than I am, I suppose. So you don't have to... You can wear other stuff in those slots that aren't required for your Dosan Saito cosplay. But just to get the full Dosan Saito look, we should de-equip all non-Dosan Saito gear. So there you go. Here we are cosplaying as Dosan Saito. Let's see what we look like hanging around in the hut in our Dosan Saito cosplay. Would imagine that later in the game we will unlock transformations, which... will include Dosan Saito, but here we are cosplaying as Dosan Saito. We learned more about somebody. Oh. Okabe Motonabu was a military commander in the service of the Imagawa clan. It was thought by many to be the sibling of Okabe Matsutsuna. Even when his master, Imagawa Yoshimoto, was killed on the orders of Oda Nobunaga in the Battle of Okehazama, Motonabu continued to fight, managing to drive back Nobunaga's army. He also mounted a successful attack on Kariya Castle, killing Lord Mizuno Nobuchika, proving his prowess in battle and his undying devotion to his master. After the Battle of Okehazama, he roamed the battlefield in search of the decapitated head of his fallen master, Imagawa Yoshimoto. Together with Matsutsuna, he encouraged and fought the protagonist, but was ultimately defeated. Despite this, out of respect for his devotion to his master, Yoshimoto's head was returned to Sunpu, birthplace of Yoshimoto. Oh, and Okabe Matsutsuna, also a commander of the Imagawa clan, and was thought by many to be the sibling of what's-his-name. He became acquainted with young Tokugawa Ieyasu, who was being held hostage by the Imagawa clan and served as Ieyasu's assistant while helping with day-to-day matters. The two grew close. Later in life, when Matsutsuna had become a ronin, or masterless samurai, Ieyasu recruited him as a retainer. After the Battle of Okehazama, he roamed the battlefield in search of the decapitated head of his fallen master, Imagawa Yoshimoto. Together with Motonobu, he encountered and fought against protagonists. I don't remember which one of them I fought, because I feel like I only fought one of them. Despite this, out of respect for his devotion to his master, his head was returned. I would imagine Katsuie will have to become more important as the story progresses. We may have learned what we're going to learn about. Nope. A little more to learn about that guy. Wondering what Princess Nioh in particular. Again, I've kind of quasi-admitted that I enjoy, even if she's really silly, her character in Samurai Warriors. She's like the most over-the-top, attempting to be sexy character in the game, arguably. At least until they add that weird chick from Shikoku. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing her portrayed in this game, where they're a little bit more... Considering it's about demons and shit, they're a little bit more... realistic with some of this. In order to obtain the power needed to stand against his father, Yoshitatsu returned to the Spirit Stones. Eventually, he instigated a rebellion. His father, in the hope of seizing Dosan's amassed score. Okay, so Dosan... So, I kind of suspected this. I wasn't certain, but yeah, it's Yoshitatsu. It's Yoshitatsu here, who's the big... Well, he's not necessarily the big bad, but he's our current villain. And it's not turning out that he was trying to stop Dosan Saito from being Spirit Stone Man. It's that he's trying to become Spirit Stone Man. And I suspect that when we fight him, it's going to turn out somehow that those goofy-ass demon horns are actually his, and that the helmet is built in such a way that he can put it on and make it look like they're part of the helmet. I guess we can learn a lot more about the protagonist as we continue in the story. So, before we call it a video, let's take a look. Take a look at my girlfriend. She's the only one I got. Let's see what we're actually getting from the vicissitudes of life. Active skill key consumption reduced. That's nice. Plus 50 key is nice. Melee damage versus yokai is nice. Auto life recovery purification is okay. But it controls which weapons we get to use, which is really much bigger deal to me. If it changed up our armor, it would be like, okay, maybe. But Coin Threader is, we have to level it up a bit. I'm sure we could find a better Coin Threader if we kept fighting the right enemies, but these are not really particularly impressive weapons compared to some of the other ones that are available to us, which is why we're probably best off going back to grinding. As I have temporarily said it. We've got a fully leveled up level 41 Spirit Staff, and this appears to be quasi-unique. This is a possessed weapon whose backstory involves somebody who became indebted to a crappy ninja and turned himself into a bat to serve him, which you can actually get from Yokai Weapon, Bone Spear, Seething Dragon. Oh, it's a yokai. These are just, it remembers the quotes you get from leveling up these Wappets. Oh, this is it. Me, I was once a yokai. Calling all oddballs will get along just fine. You want to know more about me? You're a weird one, aren't you? There was a guy I once owed a big favor to, a ninja, but not a very good one. He came to need a weapon that was capable of killing yokai. I guess he served a pretty demanding master. That's why I turned into a Kusarigama to repay that favor. Alright, that's enough of a trip down memory lane. And it appears that is all we're going to get. Whereas some of these, it's hard for me to tell if there's more that can be unlocked. The problem, like for this one, there almost certainly are. I just haven't used it enough. But you can't really quite tell from that screen. Alright, so we have Tsunamato Yokai Hut would be next, followed by the Fire God's Matama. And then I gotta consider if I'm gonna call it a session or plow ahead to the Hollow Fortress. You will find out the answers in later videos, but not next time, because I doubt that I'm going to beat these two side missions in one video. But I should be able to beat one, maybe? Get most of the way through one? We will see, folks. We will see. Catch you guys next time.